Hello everyone and welcome to Usatility. Today we are going to see how to play Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and it has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. We will be able to easily download and install Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else folks, to start we have to launch our main browser. We have here the one we prefer. Let's continue, going to that URL I'm highlighting in green color. Now, you are able to discover on the screen. You don't need to type it, simply because I provided the link in the video description and as well in the first pinned comment. We ended up here on our own website of Usatility, at which we find here an in-depth description on how to download and install Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest on personal computer. We search down a tad and just click on the Download Game on PC button. After we click on the link, we arrive here on the website of BlueStacks. No panic, it is simply the Android emulator that we are going to run to get access to the game Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest on PC. It is now obvious that we get a great deal of advantages of using this emulator. So we will start downloading the Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest by clicking on this button Play on BlueStacks that you can see here in green color. Next step is clicking on it. Of course, the download takes no time at all. Here it is, here is located the download. It is an executable file. What we have to do is to run the installer, so we have to click on this file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to make modifications to the computer. We have clicked yes. I minimize the browser to start to see the installer considerably better. The installation software is uncomplicated. It is made up of two possibilities, install and setup path. I will talk about what setup path does. We merely simply click on it. And therefore we see that we got here the path where in fact the emulator can be set up. If we have to change this directory we are required to click on this browse button, and therefore we select another directory and set up the emulator where we desire. To keep it simple, just set it where it is. I simply click back. Therefore I click on install. Fantastic. The installation commences and it's going to go forward in the download of all these megabytes that are visible on this screen. At the time you download it, it may be more or less megabytes. The data transfer speed can be at a higher speed or at a lower speed, determined by your type of access to the web and according to the velocity of the emulator hosting servers. Now they are progressing quite fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At present, the emulator has been started instantly. As you can discover, down here, we have a progress bar that will fill up and once it comes to the end, the emulator will be started for the very first time. Indeed, the emulator has already been started, here for the very first time. Before we keep going, as you can discover, it created two app icons there on the computer desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks Multi-Instance. Note that the BlueStacks icon is the only one we're considering. Each time we choose to run Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest on the PC, we double mouse click on that app icon and therefore run the emulator. The BlueStacks Multi-Instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved Multi-Instance Manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Shall we do the next phase, that is a must-have, and this is to begin to browse the Google Play Store. And we'll click on Play Store. As you can view, the Google Play is launched. At this point we need to log on. So now when we're there, we must absolutely execute this next step which is absolutely mandatory. So that we simply click on Sign In. Presently it says Checking Info. It might from time to time get stopped at Checking Info, that's why it isn't going to move forward. In this case, you can attempt to log in after a number of hours, it's going to very likely be fixed. At this time we are going to provide our email and password. The email address is required to be a Gmail email and its associated password. For instance, you may use the very same email you are using at the moment in your YouTube account. Therefore I will type in my details and I'll go back after I have done it. Voila, data typed. And here is Google welcoming us and presenting us their twos. We are going to accept them all by simply hitting I agree. Following that, it offers us to back up to the Google Cloud. You could keep it selected, it's going to create a backup of your files on this device to Google Drive. I won't check it, you do what you want. We mouse click on accept. Google Play, formerly Android Market, is launched without need to open it manually and instantly. To set up the application, we are required to go to the emulator desktop by double-clicking on that icon designated in green. At present that we are on the desktop of that Android emulator, we can see that we find there the Install Game button. We click or double-click on that button. Listed here we have the Android game. Why don't we then click now on the Install link that I'm highlighting now in green color. That click will start the software setup. At present it is going to download on your laptop or computer and set up the game. It might take a bit of time or perhaps it could possibly be very quick. This all depends on the internet connection. It has by then ended setting up. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by clicking on this specific button I'm emphasizing in green. That allows you to launch Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest for the first time. You are already on the emulator desktop, and so we are on the way to just click the new Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest icon which was generated. Your game is started for the first time. Here we end up with it. I can also click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I have to comment on the sound level of this emulator. This is right here. We use the icon of higher volume and the icon of lower volume. This way we don't count on the Windows volume to increase or decrease the music of the emulator. And also to enjoy the experience to the greatest, we could activate the large monitor, for which we have two options. This one is the very first one. We mouse click on that app icon which I'm pointing out in green color. Thus the screen is maximized, experiencing one border on top, one on the right side and one at the bottom. Granted that we desire to play the video game using all the screen, we mouse click on that icon. And we'd presently be experiencing the gameplay in 100% screen function. To exit the full screen functionality, hit the F11 key. And additionally we would currently end up being in standard display screen setting. At present, I am going to explain you the computer keyboard mapping and that is certainly rather interesting. This step we will likely be capable to make use of the video game more effortlessly. The first thing is to press this application icon. And at this time there you will be able to complete the required setups. I'll go ahead and put the default configuration, though if you need to modify that, you can also do it with no problem. Perhaps you have realized, the emulator is completely in our own language. In some cases it occurs that your emulator is presented in the wrong language, for example, in Mandarin. And as a consequence to set it in the appropriate language we click here to the cogwheel. And thus here throughout additional configuration settings, we just click that language drop down. We may very well decide on the language we want, German, Japanese, and so on. After the language is selected, we would save, the emulator will restart, along with the game application. Next time we use it, will of course be in the picked language. So now, there is another thing that we will need to take into consideration, and this is that we will get a message from Gmail saying that a different equipment has been linked to our own Google account. It is going to ask us if we're the ones who have connected that electronic device. That's right, we may not be troubled, considering the fact that emulator is acting as an Android tablet or smartphone. So you can see which tablet or smartphone is being emulated. We visit right here, to the cogwheel and we then click on it. Let's go here to the model selection. And right here we learn that the emulator is simulating a Samsung mobile. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it folks, so much for our training. I hope that you appreciated it, specifically that you found it interesting. In this case, offer it a nice like, subscribe to the channel, and any comments, concerns or ideas, put them in the comment area down below. You could possibly also comment things on my Twitch channel. I perform live streams ever so often. You get it below in the video description and in the initial pinned comment. Simply click on any of those training videos that are showing up on the computer screen and let's have fun again in the following instructional videos. Bye.